Think about your favorite tool. Maybe it's your favorite turntable, a camera that fits perfectly in your hand, a beloved sketchbook covered in coffee stains, mine, the paintbrush you find yourself reaching for every time you're staring at a blank canvas, a tool that, if it were to go missing, you would feel heartbroken at the thought of life without it. Before you move on, picture that tool. Hold an image of it clearly in your mind. What do you love about it beyond its function? And be precise. Why can you not simply replace it with another camera, another sketchbook, or another paintbrush? Whatever your answer is, that's what I want to help you build into the DNA of Hebbia. You're blessed and maybe cursed to live at a point in time where there are more tools than we'll ever have the time to try. As someone who identifies as a futurist maxi, which means I'm always excited to try the newest new thing, I've tried so many and feel like I'm constantly behind. Most emerging tech companies get stuck playing a futures game, and the landscape feels locked in some weird productivity maxing arms race. But the real currency isn't fleeting attention. It's creating something people instinctively reach for, like that irreplaceable sketchbook. For Hebbia to win, your brand needs to be more than a butthole logo and a sea of sameness. It needs to be a jumping off point for developing a better relationship to our tools. It starts by acknowledging how the data people are bringing in and the results they're getting out aren't just algorithmic outputs. They're the raw materials of transformation, the compass points for navigation, and the connective tissue between what is and what could be. As much as I'd love to brag about how I'm such a talented designer and my life's greatest joy is making beautiful things, I don't think that Hebbia necessarily needs to be the most beautiful brand. I think it needs an identity that becomes part of how people see themselves and their relationship to their work. I would recommend focusing on 3 main areas if we worked together. 1. How brand can act as a ritual. Drawing from an understanding of how rituals create meaning, I'll help design brand touchpoints that are both functional and meaningful cultural artifacts, thinking not only about the utility of your project, but also the ways that it can become an essential part of people's lives. 2. Experience as marketing. I'll help Hebbia create experiences that embody your values and vision. My collective inquiry program is one example of how I love to transform the typical playbook, things like pizza, panel, happy hour, into meaningful exchanges that leave lasting impressions. Lastly, I'm a bridge builder. Throughout my decade of building brands, I've excelled at translating complex technical capabilities into accessible entry points. I love to help those technical stakeholders who couldn't even draw a stick figure articulate the soul of what they're building. Conversely, I'm a bit of a yapper. I love to talk to anyone who will listen, from my hairdresser to my physical therapist to the person I'm sitting next to on the train, about emerging tech. And oftentimes I'm letting them know it's not something that's over their head or something that they're not qualified for. The only thing truly required is curiosity. There's power in believing that the future belongs to those who care to think about it. And I think the future will be built by those who can feel it clearly and care about building it with intention. I've laid out for you what my vision of the future looks like for Hebbia and beyond. So let's build a part of that together.